What's up, guys? So today is November 16th and Black Friday is right around the corner, and we all want to make revenue records on Shopify using meta ads and scaling to the limit. So actually, over the last 7 days at the moment of recording the video, so far I spent 80K with a ROAS of 3.4 at the current stage, 275K made for my clients in 7 days. And actually Black Friday last year, on the 4 days of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, with only 1, 2, 3 brands, we almost made $3 million. But now this year we have a new friend, which is Meta Andromeda, and I've made plenty of videos about this. I guess you all know the basics of Meta Andromeda and what has changed, but having access to the Meta headquarters, the private team that we have from the headquarters, that we meet with them every 2 weeks, and also being inside the Black Friday Mastermind. Last week we had Tommaso, who is an ex-Meta employee who was working in the offices in Dublin, and he came to do a masterclass, 1 hour, 30-minute Q&A from someone who has been living Andromeda from its creation back in 2023. And everybody in the program has the replay and all of it, which you're still on time to get this and join the accelerator, the Meta Scaling Accelerator, the Black Friday Mastermind. I would highly recommend in these crazy times. But that's not the topic. So having access to all of this, this week I was thinking, what topic should I be doing for this video? And there's so much things going on. Black Friday is coming, Andromeda, So let's put them together. And this is gonna be a super simple video. I just want you to extract one idea from this one. Usually, because I'm used to doing like 2-hour coachings, so when I have to compress in a 10-20 minute video a lot of ideas, I tend to make a little bit of a mess. So if you've seen previous videos, they're usually like a lot of the ideas, these creatives, manual bidding here, overbidding under intraday scaling. It usually gets a little bit messy, but today I just want you to have one idea. So again, this is the context: Black Friday, Andromeda. It's pretty difficult, but we'll do our best. And of course, we want to maximize Shopify and Meta, okay? So first things first, the 5 things not to do, okay? Which would be, so the first one is creative spam or creative spamming. So just because the algorithm changed, it doesn't mean that if we build CBOs with 50 ads, things will work, okay? And also, if you create 10 CBOs in one day, because you want to test which CBO is better, and those 10 CBOs have 50 ads each, that's spamming the algorithm with no intention whatsoever. So you're negatively saturating retrieval, okay? Second, common sense at this point, not diversifying your creatives. So basically relying on one or two creative formats, pretty bad. Third, duplicating winning ad sets just for the sake of duplicating, without making any change at all. Fourth, ignoring signal quality, and I'm going to talk about this with the example that we have in 20 seconds. And last, and it sounds contradictory, but it's focusing too much on Andromeda. So if you've watched my videos about creative diversification and this one, Black Friday last minute, knowing what to do with Andromeda algorithm, new account structure, consolidating this and that, it is important. Don't get me wrong, it's important. But as I said in the previous videos, you dedicate it a little bit of time, do your homework, do your research, watch the videos, my videos, other guys are doing also really good videos on YouTube. You get to know what you have to do. And once you know what you have to do, you just follow that specific structure and you put 90% of your work into creatives and budget management and figuring out your manual bids and stuff like that, and not on Andromeda. So Andromeda is just to know, what do I have to do? This? Okay, so I do this. Or if they're telling me that with Andromeda I'm gonna have to mix different creative formats into the same CBO, okay, I'm gonna do 2 CBOs and I wanna see the budget behavior. That's a super cool test to see how the budget behaves. Everything goes to an ad set, or if I mix images and videos, the budget is distributed evenly or not. All these tests, fantastic, okay? So that's what not to do. Now, when it comes to Black Friday, I'm in the same page as you, okay? We have a lot of pressure. We still don't have 1000% super clarity about what works with Andromeda. Pretty much nobody. We know the best practices, we follow them, and if the ads are good, the campaigns work. But there's no proof yet of somebody spending $1 million on Andromeda and saying this is the best. Because I did an A/B test with the tool that we have in Meta. I did an A/B test and I can prove it like this with a lot of money and a lot of data. It's not real, you know. Yet it will be, but for now, a lot of pressure, and we all have to, or we all want to spend a lot of money on ads in a very short period of time. And in the period that we have right now, you're seeing this November 16th and on. So from November 16th till November 27th, this is the period before Black Friday that you have in between this video and Black Friday, where you have to try a few things, but the time is very limited. And to give you even more urgency, the real Black Friday demand is 4 to 5 days. We can start on November 1st. With one of my clients, I started in November 3rd or 4th, like right at the beginning of the month, okay? And you might get some extra sales the previous days, but the real demand is Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and that 1 or 2 days before. But Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So in that period is when we can spend the 20K, 50K a day in one ad account, or whatever is your case, like typical ad spend that you have times 5 or times 10. The only days you're really able to do that is Black Friday, Cyber Monday, to be realistic. So we have this thing with Andromeda, and we have to spend 5 times more what we usually spend. And in previous years, it was easier. Now it's basically, from the lack of knowledge, it's a little bit more difficult. So Meta Andromeda, and also based on what Tommaso was explaining in the workshop to the members in the accelerator last week, this is the personal concierge. That's what they call it, the engineers. So it's basically, there's an AI, and this AI on Meta is deciding which ad from which brand, at which time, in what format, each user is going to see, based on many things, and usually based on the probability of what they will react best to. So that's basically Meta Andromeda. I've made a bunch of summaries in different videos that I would recommend you, again, to watch the most recent and advanced and practical ones that I've made about all of this, which are these two. But in my channel, you have the foundations about Meta Andromeda and the theory and everything. So now, as an advertiser, all that I'm concerned about all the time when it comes to Black Friday is how do I position myself to be the best possible option for Meta? Because if I am, then delivery, spending more money, getting high quality traffic, appear the first one on Instagram stories, etc. is going to be very easy on the day with the highest pressure of the year, which is Black Friday. So usually, I was telling this in many coachings last week, usually in Evergreen, I care a lot about ROAS, consistency, learning phase, etc. On Black Friday, I care about what's difficult, which is getting delivery. So basically, if you want to go from 1,000 to 3,000 ad spend per hour, if it takes you 6 hours to get there, that's really bad delivery. Like, your ads are not delivering fast enough because you're not the best option. So I want to be the best option. So as soon as I want to increase my budget, because I see Shopify is doing amazing, I get fast delivery. And also access to the high quality audiences. So to get that, my ads, now we have 3 phases with Andromeda. I explained in a previous video as well. I don't want to sound, rude by saying, I said this in a previous video and not explaining it, but really go watch the other videos. So when my ads get selected in retrieval, when they rank high, when they win auctions, that's when I'm winning, okay? And during Black Friday, this is what I want to have, and this is what I had last year, okay? This campaign, I've shown it multiple times. CBO, creative diversification, high bid cap, launched in October 22nd of 2024, where to this day, this campaign is still active. You can see it there. And it's so far at 1,700 purchases, more or less. So that's an ideal campaign. That's phenomenal. And I'll show you one more thing, and now I'll show you the conclusions there. How many sales did this CBO get before Black Friday 2024? you'll see that I launched it October 2022, and if I filter until November 28th, I got 361 at ROAS of 4.5. Phenomenal. So 61, sorry. Now, from that campaign and understanding what Meta cares about, understanding this complexity thing, reading the article, making the homework, blah, 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 how do I become the best option for Meta? Creative diversification. In that campaign, I've got 9 ads. In reality, I've got 13, but 4 of them look exactly the same. So 9 ads, very different from each other, selling one type of product. I've got CBO, no ABO, and manual overbidding, which means my total value in the auction is very high. Quick interruption. I don't know, guys, if you remember also in previous videos about manual bidding that I talked about the Meta auction formula, which if you type that on Google, it will appear as well. But basically, it's this is the bid times the estimated action rate plus the ad quality. So this is the auction formula, and there's retrieval, ranking, auction. Auction is the last one, but still we need a high equals total value. The total value has to be high. So one of the easiest ways to maximize this is to put a very high bid. You still need to have a high estimated action rate, where the easiest way to have this is through accumulating purchases in a CBO prior to Black Friday. And the ad quality is pretty much determined by you doing good ads and you having a high CTR, likes, etc. Okay? So easier said than done, but this is what we have to follow. Then high signal quality, you're gonna get there through accumulating purchases before Black Friday in those CBOs. That's the reason why I don't like to launch new campaigns 1, 2, 3, 4 days before Black Friday, because I'm not gonna have any time to accumulate purchases before Black Friday. And then with all of this, I'm able to intraday scale during Black Friday, push the budget, and this push in budget quickly is absorbed by the machine because they can quickly find users that are going to be interested in my ads, and because I have good numbers here. So I can bully my competitors and quickly get delivery when I want to. You know what I mean? Because one of the most difficult things on Black Friday, and I've mentioned this a bunch of times, is you will, many of you will see a super high ROAS in the platform. Let's say at 6 p.m. you will see a ROAS, let's make an example of 5, okay? A little bit over attributed from email and extra demand and all of that, but let's say it's a ROAS of 5. And you will say, let's scale. And you will scale your budget in key campaigns by 50%. It will take it, let's say, 2 hours to fully absorb this 50%. And then by 8 p.m., you will say, it's not enough. I'm still having a ROAS of 5 and my sales on Shopify are good, but I want to spend more money on Meta and bring more traffic because it's Black Friday. Come on, it's 8 p.m. And you will push this time 70%. And it will be absorbed after 2 hours, which is going to be 10 p.m. And by the time you're spending a decent amount on an hourly basis, which is going to be 10, 11 p.m., it's going to be too late because at 11 p.m. the party is over and people are going to sleep. So you, through going way too slow, you missed a big Black Friday. So I don't know where this was coming from, but basically the conclusion from this is scaling has to happen before this, and the scaling here has to be way, 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 way more aggressive. And if I would tell you, give me one type of campaign where imagine you have to triple the budget and you have to keep the ROAS high. What type of campaign would you do? And my answer is all the time going to be this. And it's all the time going to be this. Clear diversification, CBO, overbidding, high signal quality, engagement, likes, etc. And through this, I'm doing this, auction domination, which is super important when the auction is very difficult, which is Black Friday. So based on what Meta says, to dominate the auction, you have got to do creative diversification and good signal quality, good conversions API, all of this. Sure, but a little bit more detailed is this, okay? This is auction domination. So creative diversification, high signal quality, different manual bids across your ad account. So my plan for Black Friday, to be honest with you, is to get a little bit dirty. I'm not looking for the perfect account structure, just one CBO, blah, blah, blah. I want to participate in as many auctions as possible, coming from as many places as possible. So like max value, low cost cap, high bid cap, all this. I want to have lots of likes and comments in winning ads. This was a thing of drop shipping 2017, 2018, 2019, and people seem to not be doing it anymore, but I still think it has an effect, and I want to do it, especially for this moment. High website low link speed, of course, lower than average bounce rate compared to the people you compete with in the auction. High scroll stop rate. This will be an extremely... I dedicated like 20 minutes in the Black Friday Mastermind, 20 minutes to explain how to stop the scroll and different ways, like 7 ways of stopping that, because on Black Friday it's super important. You're going to be ignored if we don't increase that. And then all of that to give you a high CTR. Another way to dominate the auction is having high budgets during key moments, because Meta is going to pick the advertiser that wants to deliver ads at that point that can give them most money, because they want to make money. So if they see this, there's an estimation that you will give them a lot of money. So there's a certain preference, let's say. And the most important one, accumulated past purchases as much as you can. Do not start any campaign the day before Black Friday, unless it's something like last hours that you had to launch, or it's something for Christmas. But if it's for Black Friday, just launch it before that. Okay. Now let's say an example. These are screenshots that I've taken from ads that I'm receiving about Black Friday, and I like them, and I was like, let's just share them on YouTube. So I'll show you the ads, and then we build the CBO. So I saw this one first. I think I recommended this type of ad in this video. I think it's this one, in creative diversification. No, in the Black Friday one, I said 3 types of ads every brand needs. And one of them was this purchase recommendation type of ad that for Black Friday is going to be very, very good. Anyways, in this CBO example random that I'm going to give you, this is a purchase recommendation. So like POV, you didn't miss out on Black Friday from this brand. So it's like organically somebody's like, hey, look, I didn't miss out on this, point of view, and they represent them not missing out. Then multi-product, big discount. The most simple ad, yet I think the most effective for Black Friday. Article ad, good, solid. I would mention maybe Black Friday there, but it's good. Split screen, model product demonstration, product in multiple colors, whatever value proposition, offer. Fantastic. And we could say this is a founder ad. I don't know if they are the founders. I didn't even watch the video, but I wanted to put this example here for you to be like, this might be a founder ad. So we've got 2 videos, 3 images, very diversified. You don't need to put 50 ads to build a diversified CBO. These will be already diversified if they were the same brand. These are just random examples. So what would my goal be with this? I want to build this as a CBO. I want to get 100 purchases minimum before Black Friday. I want to put a high bid cap. I want to respond to all comments in the top 2 spending ads. And then during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I'm going to hyperscale the budget intraday. Fast, triple the budget, boom, react, more, less, depending on sales. This is a great path. And if you can build multiple of these CBOs, where the ads are actually different, and you can create different retrieval paths, that's very, very great. So the main idea is this. We want to create the perfect campaign that allows us to dominate the auction during Black Friday based on how the market's going to be, very competitive, and based on Andromeda as well. So if we respect and we understand the context of it's Black Friday and we're under this new algorithm and we want to maximize this, that CBO would be the way to do it for me. So you still have, at this point, it would be like 1.5 weeks or 1 week to build it. 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks to build it. So highly recommend you build it. If you need any help and you want to basically be inside the group coaching calls we have, one-on-one coachings, the community on WhatsApp, all that stuff, I would suggest you join the accelerator last minute for Black Friday, then for Christmas, and then for 2026. It's a 1-year program, so you get to be there for a long time. It's not just for Black Friday, but I would highly suggest everyone looking for a big Black Friday to be inside of it. We're having a lot of fun. It's my favorite moment of the year. So yeah, that's it. You've got all the information in the URL, in the description. You can always put comments, and I typically reply to every single comment. And it's been a pleasure. I'm excited for Black Friday. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave a comment with support and with whatever, anything that pushes the algorithm. You know how these machines work. And it's been a pleasure. Subscribe if you want to keep on seeing more videos. Next week, I'll upload another one for Black Friday as well. So more last minute tips. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Good luck.